In a couple hours, Lightyear will actually start showing in the theaters, but the scores and the reception for Lightyear has not changed. Because usually when a movie comes out, Disney movies, even if they have a bad score, they magically go up to, positive reviews, okay? But currently, Lightyear, with around 3,000 reviews, okay? 3,000 reviews sits at 3.4%. Okay, it seems that, people are now finally listening to me and say you should, instead of going to Rotten Tomatoes, which Rotten Tomatoes rigs the scores, they're going to go to IMDb. I wonder if this will, this might be like the Last of Us Part 2 for movies, because of course Disney does not want the movies to have bad scores, of course. Disney didn't want Captain Marvel to have bad scores in IMDb, or Last Jedi, okay? But this movie has a lower score to movies like Morbius, okay? Okay. And yeah, 4.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Google ratings has it at 63%, which is the lowest rate of any Pixar movie. And which includes Cars too. Okay. Includes Cars too, which is at 84%, which is considered the worst movie in the series. Lightyear also has a lower rating on IMDb than Cars 2. Of course, on Rotten Tomatoes, you're going to have the 99% score that every Disney movie gets. Okay? But I expect low scores in Metacritic as well. And, and Cars 2. Now, yeah, right back on Lightyear. But yeah, Lightyear's showings start today. On Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score has dropped from 79%. And of course, you have the button paid for Disney ratings. Of course, the 100% the button paid for. This is why people don't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore. According to Rotten Tomatoes, 100% of people like this movie. Okay? Whereas on all the review sites, that is false. Not 100% people like this movie. Okay? See what the score on Redbox is. According to this, it's a 3.5. And on Redbox, it's a 3.5. But again, I don't think anyone uses Redbox. I don't think anyone uses this site, basically. Besides, movie nerds, basically. No one really uses this site. Redbox. But 3.5, when you compare it to other Pixar movies, is not that great. Okay? Not that great. It's not that great compared to other Pixar movies. Of course, it's probably better than a movie like Cars 2 as well. But it's still higher than Cars 2. On here, but again, I don't think anyone uses Letterboxd, okay, that much. So, 447, there's 473 fans, but not many people use Letterboxd. Mostly, it's not really that popular of a site. But if you look at the IMDb score, 4.3 out of 10, Metacritic probably has a bad score. Oh yeah, they don't have user reviews. Yeah, tomorrow they'll have user reviews. But right, yeah. Okay, I want to see the quote-unquote box office predictions. Has the box office predictions changed? No, they haven't. They're still saying it's going to be around 880 million, basically. It's going to open 30, 80 million. That's what they're still saying. But they're saying it could have $70 million opening weekend. Some that are being bold saying, but we'll still make $100 million like the last two Toy Story movies. Okay? Some people are saying it's going to open to $100 million, but they brought down the predictions to 70 to 80 million. Possibly 85 million. Okay? This movie is expected not to happen. They're expected to have an enormous opening. Yeah, $80 million is not an enormous opening. An enormous opening is like, Jurassic World Dominion, where they're trying to downplay that movie. They're trying to. Top Gun Maverick had an enormous opening. Not Lightyear. Lightyear's having an. It's a lovely day today. So Sonic 2, it's going to perform like Sonic 2. Okay, and for a movie that has $200 million budget, that's not good. Okay, Sonic had a small budget of 100 million, 110 million, so it was able to easily make back its money. But this movie might perform like Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, which was another woke failure. Okay, Secrets of Dumbledore opened to around like $150 million worldwide, and it will barely over $400 million. It still lost like $99 to $97 million at the box office. So it seems that there's no wins here. And this movie might even, there's a possibility this movie might do worse than Sonic 2. Which would be the biggest, which would be laughable for Disney and laughable for Pixar. And we can look at Disney stock, and it's still going down. It's still going down. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a failure. Okay? Yes, you have, the face of the elite fandom is saying it's a masterpiece, but, no, but, his channel is dying because all he does is talk about how great Turning Red was. And we all know Turning Red was a piece of garbage. Or on Twitter, he talked about how great Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was. And now he's talking about how amazing Obi-Wan is. Okay? He is a queer Disney fanboy. That's why he wants Disney to make a Rita 2, because he wants to make it, the woke version, which nobody's going to watch the woke version of Rita. Okay? No one's going to watch the woke version. Okay? Wokia will not do as well as the other Toy Story movies, which would be hilarious to see. Again, Pixar movies are known for the legs. Okay? But again, the difference between, every other Pixar movie is that people don't really care for seeing this. Okay? Disney Plus could lose 20 million subscribers as well. But yeah, Disney is stumbling, and the only thing they can get out of this stumble is to stop being woke. Is to get rid of the wokeness in Disney. Other than that, Disney will continue to fall. And lightyear and all future Disney movies are going to fall. Because you really saw there were, even when Doctor Strange came out, Disney stocks still fell. Which was strange. It didn't make any sense. It really didn't make any sense. You thought the Disney stocks would run up a bit. Oh, lightyear is a box office success, but apparently that, no, Disney is still not doing well. Even the success of the Rescue Rangers movie, which became forgotten for a month, well, yeah. That's basically about this video. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that Disney is basically bashing the fans for disliking this movie, which they did with Obi-Wan, and they're doing it with Miss Marvel. They're telling all the sites that you're not allowed to give a 1-star review to Miss Marvel on IMDb, or else you're a bigot or a racist, basically. That's what they're saying. They'll probably say the same thing about, like, you're a transphobe and an LGBT phobe. Okay? I think the term is a homophobe. You're a homophobe and a transphobe for giving Lightyear a 1 out of 10. They're gonna try to guilt trip you into liking this movie, like with Miss Marvel. They're gonna try to guilt trip you into liking Miss Marvel. They try to guilt trip people into liking Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're gonna try doing this with Lightyear. It just seems that people don't like woke movies, and people just can't accept it. Okay, Disney and the media, which they control will try to guilt trip you, of course, into liking the woke trash. Okay, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to guilt trip you into liking it as well. They're gonna say, "Oh, but you must like Lightyear. It's Pixar. You must give it a 10 out of 10, just like all our previous movies." Okay, you know, and you're gonna, and I wouldn't be too surprised if all the big YouTubers, all the big animation YouTubers, give this movie perfect scores. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it perfect scores. Okay, and I wouldn't be surprised if every big YouTuber that isn't a part of like the Fandom Master or not a part of the mainstream movie critic YouTubers. They're all gonna say, but it's a masterpiece. It's made by Pixar. You have to make it. Like you've seen all these same thing with film TikTok and film Twitter. Like the big guys are gonna say, Lightyear's a masterpiece. You must see it. Okay, I wonder how much money Disney is paying them to tell them to say, oh yeah, Lightyear's a masterpiece. Okay, and I tell the Rotten Tomato score like I predicted. I predicted this would happen. I predicted that Lightyear would get a perfect score by the audience score, because Disney does not want to see people that don't like this movie. Disney does not want to know that people don't like this movie. Disney doesn't want people to know that people don't like Turning Red, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They attack people for not liking Obi-Wan Kenobi. They wanted to try to hide all the negative reviews for Turning Red. Okay? They're telling you they can't give Miss Marvel 1 out of 10s. Okay, and Miss Marvel is not a 1 out of 10. So obviously, I don't think it's a 1 out of 10 movie. So I think it's like a 4 or 5 or 6 out of 10. So I don't think it's anything special. Just like the rest of the Marvel shows. It's like modern Marvel and modern Disney. Okay, it's the same stuff over and over again, and people are getting sick of it. And Disney might have some of the most iconic characters of all time, but it seems that, I think that it is the whole thing that they put into the movie was forced. Okay, they put it back in because, oh my God, two people on Twitter were complaining to Disney that they wanted it back in. Okay, it feels like they're forcing it in. They're trying to force this in, and they don't give a crap. They don't care. Disney doesn't care. And we all know it's an agenda. We all know the whole thing of lightyear is an agenda. And this whole 100%, okay, from quote-unquote verified ratings, okay, there's only 2 scores, though. Was a quote-unquote verified, even though the verified ratings are before the movie shows in fucking theaters. Okay? So Disney is obviously putting in bot ratings to give the movie perfect scores because they don't want you to but trust Rotten Tomatoes. Trust Rotten Tomatoes. That's what Disney's gonna tell you. Okay? Don't trust the IMDb scores. Review bombed. Okay? From angry people because angry people are not allowed to give opinions. Okay? Angry people are not allowed to give their opinions. Okay? And review bombing happens all the time. It happens on Steam, which is why Epic Game Stores even have a review because they don't want, if they put The Last of Us Part 2 on, they don't want to get people to review bomb The Last of Us Part 2. I'm just using that game as an example. And yes, there are some examples of review bombing. Like, for example, there's IMDb space for games, and here Fortnite has like a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. That's like pretty hilarious that Fortnite has a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. I think it's even lower than 5 out of 10, but that's a really low score compared to like most other popular games because a lot of people just give it bad reviews because it's mostly a lot of people who haven't played it, I haven't played Fortnite yet, but a lot of people who hate Fortnite hate it because of the fan base. Same thing with the people who hate Undertale. A lot of people hate Undertale just because of the fan base. It just really shows that a fan base can just ruin everything. But yeah, we'll get back on the topic. But yeah, lightyear, okay? I wouldn't be shocked in the next couple of days. You're going to see lightyear review bombed by fans. Lightyear review bombed on IMDb and Metacritic by fans. And they're going to try to change the site so, Disney movies can have positive reviews. Okay? So people can't have opinions online anymore. Okay? And what we're gonna that's gonna be the sad truth. They changed Metacritic to make sure The Last of Us Part 2 had good scores. Okay? They changed Rotten Tomatoes to make sure Captain Marvel had good scores. Okay? People know that Rotten Tomatoes, you can't leave reviews on Rotten Tomatoes because they won't count. Because they're not quote-unquote verified. Okay? And IMDb might do the same thing. Bot and fix reviews for movies. Well, they already kind of do for Disney movies already. Goodbye.